All right, hold on a second, guys. If you're here, what's up, 3D? We're having Facebook issues, so hold on a second. I might have to start again. Okay, I guess we're not doing Facebook today. Okay. Darn Facebook. Okay, what's going on, guys? I'm just trying to get started here. Wonder what's up. All right. Hey, what's up, Joner? How's it going? Just getting started here. All right. Let's see. Okay. So we're on YouTube and Twitch, but no Facebook tonight. So Facebook's having issues. Anyway, I thought I'd do another head tonight. This one is by Danny Williams, my good friend Danny Williams. He posted this the other day, and I asked him if it's okay if I sculpted it. He said, of course. So let's do it. Oh, nice. That's always fun. Always a good time. I need to rearrange this studio a little bit more. I still have tons of boxes. I haven't unpacked yet because I'm still not satisfied with the layout. I kind of want to turn everything this way and move the camera a little bit more facing. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let's turn this off. I need to evaluate this dude's face and head. It's crazy stretched cool. He kind of reminds me of that other one I did the other day of the guy with the turtleneck. He's very similar. But can you guys hear me okay? All right. Okay, let's get going. We got some peeps watching. All right, here we go. Trying to decide what I want to do with his lower. I think I'm gonna do an appendage. His face is so long, I'm gonna use an appendage brush. It's gonna be funny for a minute. Sounds good? Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay. So we have kind of this shorter cranium and this long, wide long face. Kind of a deal. Okay. Then we'll have his neck kind of come out from underneath there. Okay, Kyle. I don't know if you're watching or not, but let me know. Thanks, dude. Okay, he's still working on trying to get Facebook going. Yay! What's up? Morning from the UK. How you doing? What time is it in the UK right now? You know what? I want to shrink this cranium up. Hey, what's up? What's up, YouTubes? Okay. Super small. Alright. Just trying to get a visual. 305. Wow. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. And this will go up here. yes. Always yes. Have you considered selling it in parts? Some of us need to study the last half of it because we already know how to block using ZBrush. I have thought about it, but I haven't decided on that yet. I may break it up eventually. And Super Tim, I do use Sculptress Pro mode occasionally. Yeah, I probably will when we start to get up into some of these features up in here. So, but I block it out first. Okay. How's it going, James? And chat 07. It's a long neck. You know what? I'm gonna go the other way with this. Hey. Jubila 2? Do I make my own 2D sketches? Not typically. Sometimes. But I haven't for a while. I'm better at sculpting than I am drawing, so I typically just sculpt. But once in a while I'll do some drawing like on my tablet or whatnot. But they usually stink. They're just okay. '07 is a salute. Ah. Elite Dangerous. Ah. I have Elite Dangerous in VR and it makes me sick. I can't do it. But it's fun. I wish I could. It's really fun. But it just makes me sick. Unfortunately. Is it fun? Do you play it a lot? Okay, let's see. I'm going to pull the brow back out, but I want the sockets pushed in. Okay, let's see. And it's I love this about Danny. Sometimes he'll make the character's head so short. The cranium's just flat. It's really fun. So I'm gonna really try and get it to look like that. Does Sculptress Pro mean that you don't use Dynamesh? No, not necessarily. So Dynamesh will allow you to merge objects together, whereas Sculptress Pro does not. So Sculptress Pro just adds tessellation to the surface, and the Dynamesh will actually merge the surfaces together, and it will do a uniform remesh over the whole thing. Expedition Sagittarius A. Oh, nice. For sculpting more. Yep, that's good, man. It's good. Okay, let's see. I'm going to stick his chin out a little bit. And then I'll merge all this together after I'll work all this out a little bit. Hello. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight. I have another fun head to do. Haha. Right on. It looks like Kyle figured it out. Okay. So awesome. Okay. Let's get the chat going on the Facebooks. Okay. Hold on a second. You're gonna hear me. Let's mute it. Okay. Okay, you guys, if you're watching me over on Facebook, please say hello so I can see if chat is working. Okay. Now I have Facebook going. Awesome. Okay. Hey Mike, how's it going? Finally catching your stream while it's happening. Love your work. Thank you very much. Thanks for all the knowledge. Absolutely. You are welcome. Okay. Oh, what's up, Michael Dunham? How you doing, man? Hey, Mogi. Restream IO isn't working for your chat messages. Oh, goodness. Thanks, Mike. Why isn't it? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Thanks for telling me, Mike. Embed. Okay, I gotta copy this. Then just give me one moment. One moment. Gosh dang, chat. Come on. Enable preview. Okay, screen one. Okay, it's my monitor. I gotta find it. No abort. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Okay. Then I just need to change the URL to point to it. Okay, because it changed. Here we go. All right. Are we in business? I think we're in business. Okay. Okay. I'm always amazed how artists do stylized characters can draw or sculpt a face like that, which is so out of proportion but looks so plausible. Totally. It's all about relationships. So it's about like the eye's relationship to the nose and, you know, the relationship to the mouth and how far. Because if you kind of look at it, if you look at how this drawing is laid out, your ear kind of attaches, you know, just behind your eyeball, you know. And sometimes there are stylized characters that actually have their ears lower and, you know, weird. But typically, you know, it's lined up at the side of the eye, and like the corner of the mouth is kind of where it's supposed to be, and the separation between the eyes is the right proportions. Even though his nose is really small, it kind of works and it fits. So you just kind of have to you know, figure out how those proportions work in stylized characters, and then break them. You know, you got to know what to have before you break it. Okay, let's throw some ears on this guy. I'm not gonna forget the ears this time like I did last time, and that's okay because now we have Sculptress Pro. So if we forget the ears, we'll just grow them. grow an ear like a chia pet. Okay, these ears are kind of fun. They stick clear out like this, and they're super thin and long. Very cool. Hello, everybody on Facebook. Welcome. Sorry it took a while to get it up and going. From Colombia. Hello. From Mexico. How's it going? All right. Ear. Right. Okay, let's see. I'm kind of happy with that. That'll work. So here's another thing. You'll also notice that I tend to try and follow the same rules. So where an ear attaches to the head is about in the middle of the volume. So I could put the ear clear back here. I mean, because you can't see the back of his head, but typically, you know, it'll look a little better, even though it's stylized, to kind of park it where the attach point is in the middle of the head, and it'll just look even, you know, a little more believable. Then I need to, I'm going to need to make this jaw. See the jawline? It attaches right in front of that ear, and I currently have it going behind his ear, so I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm gonna fix that right now. Oh, it looks like I have two things in the same poly group. So let's make more groups. Hey, Dr. Pickles. Sorry, Dr. Pixels. How's it going? I kind of like Dr. Pickles better. I'm kidding. Oh, it's mass now. I can never remember if Facebook's chat goes from the bottom up or the top down. It looks like top down. Hey, what's up, Wes? Okay. Is anybody sculpting along tonight? Working on your own stuff? I need to turn off Spotlight Project. Thanks for all the loves and likes over on Facebook. Yay. Okay. I'm gonna mirror and weld this just so we're symmetrical. Hey, Sumerian, how you doing? Yay. You're animating? Cool. Okay. We got that. Now I'm gonna try the eyelid technique tonight, where I actually merge the eyelid as a half sphere in with the rest. So I'm gonna try it. Ooh, editing. Yeah. Nice. Nice. I know editing. I know how fun it is. I edited all of the videos for my course, and it took a long time. It almost took as much time to record as it did to edit. It's a lot of work. Okay, let's get this shape. This shape is hilarious. Look at that hook beak nose. And then we'll get the muscles going right here down in from the eyes. Hey, what's up from Brazil? What's up, Mike? All right. So again, this is a drawing by my buddy Danny Williams. He posted this the other day, and I saw it, and I said, man, that needs to be sculpted. And Danny himself is a phenomenal sculptor. So I really need to do this guy justice, because Danny could probably do it better. Oh, man. Okay. Let's see. Let me make sure this is saved. Get it saved here. All right. Good to go. So much chat. Working on retopology. Awesome. Setting up a model to sculpt with. Sweet, Wilfred. Let's see. I'm doing fine, thanks. Set myself a tough challenge. Challenges are good. It pushes you. Gonna try and make a model. Got about 2 weeks to get it done. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Just trying to work this out. I'm sure I'll be working on this nose quite a bit to get it right. Okay, let's get some eyes in there. Bulgy. Okay, I'm going to split these off to a different sub tool. Okay. Okay. Eyes are always the toughest to get right. Hey, from Ecuador, how's it going? Man, you guys are from everywhere. Welcome to the stream. Working on the Retrogasm challenge. Awesome. I wish I could do that. Hey James, thanks for stopping by. Sounds good. Go get your face fed. You know what? There's so much space between his ears and his eyes, and they're smaller. I want to get him very close to his nose like this. So I'm going to probably overlap them inside of his head. Let's see. Let's pull him out. Trying to decide how big. Yeah, see that curvature around the side of the head? I want to make sure I get that. Done. That's a little tip, you guys. These tips I remember as I'm going. I'm like, oh yeah, I should share that. If you go use the up and down arrows on your keyboard, you can go up and down between subtools. Not everyone knows that. So now you do, hopefully. Okay, and his eyes are kind of slanted. So a lot of people ask why I do my blockouts in two parts. As far as the skull, see I have the skull in one piece, and then this the jaw and everything else in another. And that's because it will create, typically it will create nice eye shapes to start with. See how it's like that almond eye shape already? And that's simply because I have two pieces, a cranium and this bottom part, kind of merging together. So yeah, that's kind of why I do that. Okay. Let's see. Shane, when you said that you finish a model will take you 3 to 4 weeks, is that working 8 hours a day or more? 8 to 10 hours a day, typically. Yeah. So let's see. Left and right for keyframe in movie slider. Oh yeah, for sure. I don't use that very much. I know Danny Mac does. I need to use that. I need to get used to using it. And you guys, Danny Mac is another streamer on here. If you guys should catch his streams if you haven't. And he does some fantastic 60-second tutorials on YouTube. He's been making a whole ton of them lately, and they're fantastic. So I highly recommend checking those out. Okay. Now his chin, it's I have his chin very big, and it's because of his neck, and I need to get his neck in there. I haven't been paying attention to my character's necks when I'm streaming as much as I should. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here we go. That's better. Let's really get that. Maybe thicken it up. It's almost peeking through up here, so I need to push it in. That's pretty funny. Like, nah. Okay. Hi from Vietnam. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining us tonight. From Venezuela. How are you guys doing? All over the world. Okay, let's make his nose smaller. Still needs to be smaller. So tiny. I think I get it tiny and it needs to be tinier. It's like this little hooked beak thing. Okay. He's such a jerk. He looks like a little jerk. Okay, let's see. In these shapes. Okay, I think we're gonna get those eyelids in before I forget. So let's duplicate this. Then I'm just gonna clip it. Clip it. Boom. Okay. Then I'm gonna duplicate it again, and then I'm gonna clip the opposite way, like that. All right, let's try this out and see if it works. I'll start with the bottom eyelids and pull them out. pull him down. I'm gonna make his eyes actually a different color. So let's go ahead and fill those with white. Then I'm gonna change this color to darker. Okay. Now I can see the difference between the two, and I don't want to paint. I want to move, but not the eye. The eyelid. There we go. Okay. Hey Bjorn. Thanks. I crack myself up, so it's a lot of fun. Humor is the best medicine, in my opinion. Let's see. He's all tired. He's like, hey, just waking up. The guy from Despicable Me, kind of, I guess. Yeah. I love the characters on Despicable Me. Are you talking about Longbottom? Longbottom? However he says his name. And then the minions laugh. Okay. Now the uppers. Oh. Can't pull those too far. So his uppers aren't open very much at all. But I did want to get them to curl down towards the nose here. And then I kind of want to pay attention to the thickness. I like eyelids to go from thin to thick back to thin again. And these are a little too thick. Oh, come on. Pick them. There we go. Then I will typically have the upper eyelid overlap the lower eyelid on the ends, like that. Sumerian. Yeah, I love Longbottom's his mini chins. It's like chin chin chin. He's like a tube. How do you clip or mask the eye area? Can you please explain again? Oh, sure. So I'll just duplicate the eyes and I'll show you just alone here. So if I solo these eyes and I'll duplicate them. So I use this brush down here called Clip Curve. Okay, and when you push it, it says, hey, this is going to replace your selection brushes. Say okay. Then you hold down Control and Shift, and then you drag a line. And since I have Shift selected, you can see how it snaps. You snap, snap, snap. And it also gives me that angle. And to move it, I can move it with the spacebar. And essentially, what it's going to do, it's going to take everything on the gradiated side of that line, and it's going to push it up to that dotted white line. So, for example, if I park it right here and I let go, it's going to push everything. It's not going to clip it, it's going to push it. So I almost want it to be called push curve, because it's not clip curve. So there is a trim curve that actually like cuts it and trims it off and refills it with geometry, but clip curve will actually push it. So that's the difference. So that's essentially what I did with these eyelids, is I went right on that center line and let go, and it made these nice eyelids just like that. It's kind of like a hemisphere. And if you drag from right to left, it's going to put that gradient on the bottom, right? And if you drag from left to right, it's going to put that gradient on the top. And there's one thing to be careful of. If you cross the center like this at an angle, it's going to do some weird stuff. And if you cross, if you go past like an arc, so if I cut it way down here, you can see what happens. Let me turn D off. See how it pushes the geometry past. This isn't very dense geometry, so it's hard to tell. Let me apply it here. And so let me show you a really good example of what I'm talking about. There we go. See, it'll make a lip. See that really skinny lip right there? And the reason it does that is because it's pushing all the geometry, and it's actually pushed it and kind of smeared it up and off, right? So it's and then you can get some problems in the center. So kind of the best thing to do is not go past the apex of the curve. Just go down to the center and make it straight. So it'll make a nice cut like that. So that's how I do it. All right, let's delete this. Keep rocking. Okay. Let's see. How do you capture the liveness in eyes? I think they are the most important part of the face. Yes, they are. So I typically do it with if you, one important part that a lot of people miss is how much the upper eyelid and the lower eyelid cover the iris. So if you can see in Danny's drawing right here, the upper eyelid is covering that iris just like 1/8 of the iris, like 1/8 of it. It's covering it. And that's typically where that eyelid will rest. Even if you're looking up or down or wherever, the only time it kind of pulls apart is if you're looking surprised like this, or if you're looking way down. And even if you look way down, your eyelids are still following your iris. And it's because your eyelids naturally block the light from going into your iris. So a lot of people will make the eyelids too high, so then they just look surprised. And it's that's a big way of how to get around that. And then another thing is to put a good material on there, like a really shiny eye material. And I'll be doing that later, but ZBrush, like ZBRO, makes some fantastic eye materials for ZBrush. So you can go do a search for ZBrush matte cap on Google and find them. They are super duper good. So hope that helps you. Let's see. Hey from Thailand, Greece. Oh my goodness, you guys. Venezuela. Wow. That's amazing. The internet is amazing. Hello and welcome everybody from everywhere. Okay. I really want to get this eyelid to be skinny and then thicken up as it goes out, and then be thick out here. And I can do that by either moving the head, the area that makes up the head. I can push that in and push it back if I want to, or I can move the eyelid out. So I'm going to do kind of a little of both. Yeah, Zinog, no problem. And yes, it is one of the very most important parts. Do you know any artists that do art for stylized dinosaurs? I've actually done a couple dinosaurs. If you, but like art, like 2D art, I'm not sure exactly. I'm trying to think of somebody I know that does good dinos. Now, Danny's kind of cheating in this 2D because on his left-hand side, this guy's left-hand side, his cheek is really pushed into perspective and it's all small and tight before it goes down. And this one's kind of bigger and looser. I know you're looking at it from a different angle, but I need to find somewhere in between that's going to make this guy look like that guy without breaking like the two sides. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about as well. 2D art. So yeah, check out Kevin Keel. He's one of my good friends that I worked with at Avalanche for the longest time, and yeah, he's a super good friend of mine, and he draws amazing dinosaurs, and some of them are cartoony and semi-realistic, and yeah, go check his stuff out. It's really good. Okay, let's see. That's one that just came to mind. That's who I'm basing the dinosaur off of for my cowboy. Okay. Now I have eyelids, the nose. I'll puff out the brow later. I'll work out the chin and the mouth in a minute. Just make sure I have everything. Okay. Yeah, Brazil. Brazil, there's a lot of ZBrushes in Brazil. My friend Letitia is from Brazil. She lives in LA now, but yeah, she is a phenomenal ZBrush artist. And modeler in general. Okay. In Australia, sitting at university. Hey, all the way from Australia. I'm just going to shape these ears a little bit more like this octagon. Because the more you shape in the block out, the better off you'll be. I'm going to push this head in. Pull these ears out a little bit. Cambodia. Hey, what's up? I saw you join, Dave Wolf. How's it going, man? It tells me. Hey, do you know what clay tubes constant does compared to normal clay tubes? I don't. I haven't messed with it yet. I'll have to check it out. I don't know. Yay, the Aussies. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this. Actually, I'm going to merge. I want to merge with the these. Do I want to merge into the eyelids or keep them separate? Yeah, I'll merge them. Why not? Okay. Just going to pull that down a bit more. Okay, let's merge down. I'm going to save it first. No worries, Dave. Thanks for joining me. Let's see, merge down 2 times. And then I don't want to merge into the eyeballs. Okay, so we're ready with this. We're going to Dynamesh. So this is when you use Dynamesh typically, is when you want to combine objects together. And I do want to make his neck even longer before we do that. Okay, just blend it up and move it down. Let's see. I want it centered in this mass and then scale it down so it tapers. Oh, it cracks me up. I love exaggerated heads so much. I really do. I'm gonna move his ears down. So you need to have your parts in where you want them before you merge. So you better make sure, because I mean you can adjust them a little bit and it won't cause too much grief, but it's just easier if you have it where you need it before you merge everything. Okay. Oh, you really liking this eyelids method? Well, you can. Yeah, there's a lot of people that do it, including like Danny Mac. I think Danny Williams does it too. I'm actually going to pull out his brows over his eyelids because you can see how heavy these brows are, and his upper eyelids are almost non-existent. And I really want... He's looking tired now. I really want to make sure I get that volume in there before I merge everything together. Yeah, there we go. So I just want a sliver of eyelid right there. We'll push, not the nose, come on. Okay, if you can't grab what you need to grab, you can always mask everything off. Then you'll be assured to grab it. Because sometimes topological doesn't always do what you want it to do. Okay, because I don't want it to stick down into the eye. It was kind of peeking out into the eye a little bit. Yeah, he does. Danny Mac has a tutorial on this method. How do you keep the reference image always on top, Pedro? So Pedro over at Facebook asked that question. And I use a thing called Spotlight. And Spotlight will show up anytime you load a texture. So if you click on texture, and then you click on this box right here, then you can grab a texture. Sorry. I can just load another one. I can grab a texture, and then it loads up. This window keeps going away. Right here, or right here. Then when you have it loaded, then you push this button right here called Add to Spotlight, and then it'll pop out here like this. Then it will have a ring showing. See this ring right here? And if you click anywhere inside here but not inside this little circle, you'll move the image around, and then you can scale the image up and down with this, and then like you can rotate it if you want, and it will, there's opacity, you can, and it's kind of like a camera ring, you know. And so all of these things will adjust that image based on you kind of rotating the ring around depending on what you grab. And how you get rid of the background is you click on this paint right here, then you hold down Control and Alt and click in the background and drag, and that background will go away, and it will become kind of semi-transparent like this. See that? How it's kind of a stamp now? And then you can just park it in the corner and then hit Z, and then that ring will go away, and then it's just kind of parked up in the corner. So that's kind of how you do that. Let's see. Oh yeah, Pure Ref works really well for external reference software. Yep, it does. It does. I just like to keep it right here because sometimes I like to, and I know Pure Ref does it too, but sometimes I like to check my proportions, and I'll scale it up, and then I'll turn down the opacity, and then I'll park the head or whatever I'm working on kind of behind it and check proportions out. So it looks like I'm sort of in the ballpark here. I usually line the eyes up, and then I kind of check. Looks like the top of his head is still a little too big, but and I know you can do that with Pure Ref too, but it's just super easy for me. That's pretty big. Hold on a second. I want to scale him down. He's like up in my face. Get out of my face, you mean man. Okay. ZBrush is going to be awesome this year. Yes, it is. Can you have a Danny Williams blog link? Let me see. I don't know if he has an ArtStation. His nickname is Point Pusher. So he has a Vimeo, ArtStation. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to give you his ArtStation. Boom. There's his ArtStation. There you go. It's just look up Point Pusher on Google and you'll find him. He's amazing. Okay. Let's combine them. We're almost at an hour and we're not even there yet. Here we go. I'm going to duplicate this, hide this. And then I'm going to show you guys something new to 2018. Check this out. So typically I would go down over to Dynamesh and start fiddling with the numbers, or use the Dynamesh master, you know, something like that. But in this case, I'm going to use, if you go in this gear, you can ZRemesh by Dynamesh, ZRemesh by Union, or I keep saying ZRemesh. Remesh, so remesh by Dynamesh, remesh by Union, or remesh by ZRemesher. So there are those three methods, and what I typically do now instead of Dynamesh is if I hit remesh by Union, I'm going to show you something. Let me show you this. Okay, so here's the polygroups, and if I go, one thing you got to do if you want to have symmetry is you need to park your gizmo down at the home base. So you have to hold down Alt and hit this home button right here. And then you can hit this little arrow, hold down Alt and hit this little circle arrow. and that will reorient the gizmo to the world, and then the home will send it home. And so it has to be there in order for this to work. Then you can get in here into this gear and then hit remesh by union and check that out. It just basically sewed everything together. See that? Everything is sewn. And sometimes it does a good job and sometimes it doesn't. So since this is dynamic already, since it's just a preview, this is actually what it's sewing together. So before I do that, I want to Z-remesh it before I sew it together, just to create a little more density in here. Or I could actually just subdivide it once, and then I could do the Z-remesh by union, or remesh by union. I keep saying that. Remesh by union. Oh, I can't have subdivision levels. So let's try that again. Remesh by union. There we go. Let's check it out. Oh, that's better. See, so it's a much smaller sew when it's sewn it together. Okay, so now that you have that, you can hit the gear and go back to Gizmo, and now he's all sewn together. And I can either just, you know, start to subdivide this and then start using Sculptris Pro mode, which I kind of want to do. You know what, that's what I'm going to do, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're going to Dynamesh it at this point or what, because as soon as you start using Sculptris Pro mode, then the surface starts to change anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So I'm going to, yeah, I think I'm going to turn on Sculptris Pro mode, and I'll show you what happens. So now, see, you can't turn Sculptris Pro mode on your Move brush, because it doesn't work. Move does not work with Sculptris Pro. Snakehook does. See this button right here? Snakehook does, but Move does not. And if you want my latest ZBrush user interface, I just barely uploaded it to my website last week. So if you had already signed up, I sent out an email to everybody telling you to go get it. And if you haven't signed up yet, you can go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com. That's my website, and sign up for my newsletter, and you get my user interface brushes and everything for free. And I have updated it to 2018. And the things that I changed, I added the Sculptris Pro mode and these two adjustment sliders, and I also added this Remember Draw Size and Remember Dynamic mode, and I added these Decimation Master presets to the menu, to the pop-up menu. And then I also moved the store morph target down here, because it used to be up here and my user interface was just getting longer and longer. And so if you were on a laptop or something with not much real estate, these buttons start to creep on over. So anyway, let's see. What's up, Night Shadow? Oh, okay. What did I miss? Oh, do you feel comfortable with a Wacom Cintiq, or the beginning and it was strange to get used to it? Yeah, it was a little strange to get used to at first, but it didn't take me too long to get used to it right away. It was just because it's so natural. It's like drawing on paper, right? It's just like pen to screen. It's just one-to-one instead of you know, kind of a separation. I still don't mind tablets at all, but I do prefer Cintiqs. So anyway, I was going to show you this Sculptris Pro mode. So this is what happened when we sewed the parts together using that mode underneath the gizmo that I showed you. Okay, so if I hold down Shift and I go over this area, I got to make sure my symmetry is on. There we go. Okay, then you can see how it works. I need to turn dynamic works with Sculptris Pro mode, but not as much. So I'm going to turn that off. And the reason it doesn't work as well is because Sculptris Pro mode is not quads. Obviously, I mean, there are some quads, but it's typically triangles. So I just start smoothing this stuff down. And sometimes I'll actually divide it once before using, see how you can see these, all these quads? So before I do that, let me go back. I'm going to subdivide it one time. Okay. Now we can come in here and start cleaning this up. Actually, I need to delete the lower. There we go. How's it doing? It's not working. Why not? Turn off dynamic. Okay. I must have turned off Sculptress Pro mode for some reason. Now it's being slow. Turn that off. Okay. There we go. Ah, that's much better. Like, why are you being so dang slow? There we go. Much better. Okay, now you can just start smoothing everything together. Like all the parts. What am I missing? Use Dynamesh to combine all the forms? I don't actually. Well, I do occasionally, but this time I used... I don't know if you missed. Did you see what I just did to combine the forms? I don't know. Let's see. I'm just kind of smoothing this out. You can kind of see what I'm doing here. So the bigger the brush, the bigger the triangles as you go. And sometimes I like that, and sometimes I don't. I can just come in here and just kind of clean up all this and get it all ready for sculpting. Anyway, what I used is remesh by union. I didn't use Dynamesh to combine the stuff together. I'm just going to clean all this up. It's actually not cleaning it up. It's making it dirty. Alright. Okay. I need to stop caring about the surface and start getting to work with this stuff. Let's do some inflate action. We're going to just try and get these jaws. Looks like I have his nose a little too high. Let's see. Just going to see if I can get his nose down a little bit. Like I said, move does not add or subtract these triangles in Sculptress Pro mode. It just moves stuff around, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Did something in here. I need to get in here and then use some. It did some weird things, so I'm just going to get in here with the detail brush and clean that up a little bit. So that's the thing with Sculptress Pro mode. It's really, really easy to get lost in the details very quickly. So if you're a beginner, I suggest playing with Sculptress Pro mode, but don't spend too much time in there if you're trying to get smooth surfaces, because it's kind of like Dynamesh, where it introduces the warbles like really bad really fast. You can get out of control very quickly. I'm just coming in here and cleaning these up a little bit. Okay, so let's get back in here and inflate this down. Okay, I'm going to draw in this line. I just want a road map of where this is going to go. So maybe out here. So the new, okay, tamales. Do you know how to export a model with its polygroup colors? Not in the traditional way that you think. The only program that really uses polygroup colors is ZBrush. There's another program that utilizes polygroup colors, and that's Substance Painter. So you can export the polygroup colors as vertex color and then it will translate them into a color picking map in Substance. It's probably more than you want to know, but that's kind of the only other instance that you want to export those. But typically, you won't use them because no other program uses them. Okay. And let's kind of go like that. And with his mouth, I'm gonna mask it off and push it in. So let's see. He's gonna have a me face for a minute. Okay. Gonna look like a zombie kind of. Yeah, why not? So when I'm doing this, it's not adding subdivisions. Like, it's not doing the Sculptress Pro thing. So, I mean, I could try with the snake hook brush and get it really big and push it back, but look what happens. It's like getting destroyed. So, it's like, because it's so big. Still, it's not working. So, yeah, I'm just going to push it in like this, and then I'll fix it. Because that's what one thing Sculptress Pro Mode does not do, is it does not join polygons back together, or triangles or whatever. It doesn't join them back together. It will separate them. Like, you can smooth an object so much that it'll actually separate. Like if you watched last week with that chicken that I made, rooster chicken. I made these sweat beads coming off of him, and I basically just pulled out a chunk of polys, and then I just smoothed it until it separated, but it doesn't like combine. So okay, I'm going to make a bunch of teeth really quick before I close his mouth too. Evil horde hamster. All right, I'm just gonna. You can use pinch and just pinch these lips, and then I'll move them and get them really nice. But for now, I'm gonna make some gums and then just cut in some teeth really quick. So let's see. I'm just gonna get a quad sphere. I don't want to go higher res with it. Then we're going to use our handy dandy clip curve again. Same thing we did with the eyes. I'll just clip this down into kind of a cylinder of gums. All right, we're going to build this outside of his face and then shove it in. How's that for planning? But what I want to do is keep it separate, so I'm going to split hidden and put it in its own subtool. Looks like a bar of soap from what's that Christmas show? Christmas Story. Okay. So now what I can do is just use a snake hook and just kind of start pulling in these gum notches. Gum notches. It's very round. So I'm going to switch back to move and make it more cylindrical. Here, let's solo this. Make it more like a mouth. Gum line. Bossification, nice name. There's let's see. The Sculptress Pro Mode Ignite a Mesh kind of redundant now. No, it doesn't, because Dynamesh will combine objects together, and it'll give a uniform kind of density across the entire object. And Sculptress Pro actually tessellates and adds geometry as you go. So that's kind of the two. So it doesn't necessarily, you know, make it redundant. So it just depends on what you're doing. Excuse me. You owe Matt $20. You're on your own with that one, man. I just kind of talked to him through Facebook or whatever, so I haven't talked to him for a while. He's a good kid. Let's see. Hey James, what's going on, man? Thanks so much. All right, let's put in some teeth. Let's go. You do? Nice. Oh, those are too close. All right, we're making teeth. Whoa. See, that's the problem. Sometimes you'll get your brush too big, and it'll what do they call it? Decimate and tessimate. So decimate is the reduction, and tessimate is the addition. So I don't know if they're real words or not, but hey, we'll go with it. All right. We can duplicate this. Just kind of move it over here. Okay, I need to turn on local symmetry. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I'm losing track of my chats. Hey Paul, sure man. Let's see. How to get a hold of Dynamesh will shrink wrap a mesh around the base mesh to get a uniform polygon flow. I think you're talking about ZRemesher maybe? I mean, Dynamesh kind of does that, but it doesn't really give... It gives uniform density, but not polygon flow. So ZRemesher gives you the flow, and yeah, chiclets. and then Dynamesh just gives you the density. So I am your density. Okay, let's do chiclets, more teeths. I don't care what they look like thickness. I just care what they look like from the front. They're all the same size. And they're far apart. We'll go back and edit them. Why not? All right, here we go. Let's see. I'm all feeling my own teeth with my tongue. What do they look like? These are like the pointy canines. I'm like, which one are the canines? Okay. There you go. Kind of looks Dracula-ish, right? Making teeth. Yep, zombie teeth. They're all separate. different spacings. Okay, this will be the last. Then we'll go through and we'll inflate them. And then look at those gums. Those gums are thick. All right, here we go. Let's fix these gums first. And they're kind of low down into the teeth. Okay, let's inflate these guys. Whoa. So you can always turn off Sculptress Pro mode and just make the brushes act like they normally act without tessellating or decimating or passamaquoddying. Oh. Sorry, I'm in a crazy mood. All right, teeth. What do you think? Teeth. There he is. What's up, guy? Want some teeth? Shove them in. Kuh. He really looks like a zombie. He looks he looks like Napoleon Dynamite. Do chickens have talons? All right. Some periodontal disease. You gotta learn to make good words. Why you not make good words? Okay, duplicate. Let's give him some lowers. Oh, I gotta turn off symmetry. Snap into place. Lowers. They're all the same size. So now we gotta go in there and make them look like lowers. Okay, instead of big buck lower teeth. I'm cracking myself up tonight, sorry. Oh, we need symmetry. Let's pack these tight. Kind of push them in and give them an angle too. That's fun. There we go. Lowers. Throwing the tools around, you jerks. What are you doing, man? I picture you trying to drive a bus. You got this big steering wheel and you're like, whoa! What's up, Mike? Do you have any chapstick? He's all out of water. Hey. Hey, buddy. Okay. There we go. You know what? His eyes are way too big. It's like I work on the teeth for a while and then I come back and look at his eyes. I'm like, ooh, those are too big. Way too big. Okay, let's shrink those puppies down. Shrunk. You know what? I'm going to shrink them towards the center. Let me see if I can do that. I'm slightly putting it off center and then just shrinking them down a bit. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, better. Look how small these eyes are. Look at how much space. We gotta fix them. Fix them. That's the thing, you guys. Don't be afraid to fix something that's busticated. If it's broken, fix it. If it doesn't look right, fix it. Don't be married to your mistakes. If it's like, oh, but I spent like hours on that. I can't fix it. You can fix it. I think half the time I spend fixing stuff. Man, his eyes are small now. That's good though. They're good. I like them. Okay, continue. Does it bother me to work with the warbles? No, not so much. You kind of have to look past it and then you come in and clean it up afterwards. But like I said, if you're new to ZBrush, I would avoid Sculptor's Pro mode because it'll introduce lots of warbles very quickly, and it allows for very fast detail very quickly, and you need to not do detail until later on. So just, you got to be careful. Because, you get on ArtStation and you see all these crazy awesome characters that are very high detail. So I see this all the time with my students, like, they're like, oh, I want to do the detail, and they do it right away and get into it right away without getting the fundamentals down, you know? It's like, no, you need to get the nice shapes first. How does the saying go? You can't polish a turd. So you need your base, your underlying mesh to be good before you start adding the details. Okay. Graham Payne, you wish Sculptris Pro worked with the Move tool? If you want to move with Sculptris Pro, just use Snake Hook. So this is a move brush that works with Sculptris Pro. So see that? It'll add a ton of geometry and work. That's beautiful. This is nice. Looks like a bug now. But Move, it's nice because you don't necessarily always want to have Sculptris Pro mode on. Sometimes you want to you know, move everything without it actually increasing, decimating, whatever you want to call it. Okay, this is round. This is flat. We need to fix that. So, like, I can use inflate, but I want to try and move it first. Move it, and see how it causes warbles. I'm instantly causing warbles. And how I typically avoid warbles is with smoothing, and then like if you have a dent, let me kind of give you an example. Like if you pulled something out here and you pulled something out here, and now you have a dent and a big warble, right? Basically, you'll change your brush to the size of that divot, and then pull it out to match. I had it a little too big. And then smooth it back down. See, I'm getting too close to his upper lip. But I didn't want that in the first place. That was too much. So now I'm going to push in this section. I might do it with a mask so I can get a little more precise here. Because I want to push this down in. Let's flip it. Then it's all, I made a mask back here, so I need to mask that off. There we go. Let's see if I pushed that. Okay, I pushed it too far in near his nose. So what I'm going to have to do is put this up here and then rotate it in. There we go. Looks like an alien. So then it makes all this crappy business. You need to smooth it out. That's the beauty of Sculptris Pro, right? Is you can come in here and just like, oh, it messed up the surface. I'll just fix it. No, the Art of Bell, you can actually use Sculptris Pro in production for sure. Yeah, just it's dangerous because it lets you add detail before you should. That's the only thing. But yeah, you can totally use it in production. Just trying to fix this little divot area here without ruining the lips. Okay. I want his teeth higher. Now I can move this lower lip up to kind of get that pose happening that he's got there. Turn on topological, turn range down to 3. And this is in symmetry, so I will get it out of symmetry later. See, right now I don't want Sculptress mode on because it would be destroying this. You know, I want to get this nice, tight kind of mouth corner happening down here. Okay, now we can grab his upper lip and pull it over his bottom lip. Like this. Danny's drawings. They crack me up. Alright, now let's cut in. I'm actually going to use pinch and see what happens here for this lower lip. Hey, what's up from Brazil? Oh, Stark, I am using, it's called Noah board, like N-O-H. Like no, I don't know how you say it. It's just N-O-H board. And then I'm just using a green screen on OBS to kind of make it transparent. So it only shows the lettering and it's like super subtle. Okay, and then this is going to be the fun part, like making the fat roll come out. This is where Sculptress Pro Mode really shines. Let's see. Rostam TV, thank you very much. Thanks so much. Thanks for watching and hanging out with me. Let's see. Is there a way to? Is there in this? Let's see. Yeah, neutral suffix. Sorry if I said that wrong. Yes, that's a great way of explaining it. Hey, Adam H. Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. You think is worth it? Is what worth it? Why maple? I'm getting this specific concept from my good friend Danny Williams, otherwise known as Point Pusher. He is also a fantastic ZBrush sculptor, and he has some really good tutorials and stuff online. He used to work at DreamWorks, and he posted this on Facebook the other day, and I had to sculpt it. It was just, it's too good not to sculpt. Too good. Has some really, really interesting shapes and things, and he's kind of breaking 2D, and or he's cheating in 2D, and I wanted to see if I can pull it off in 3D because it's quite the challenge, to be honest. Let's see. Going for a master's in 3D character modeling? Where at? That's cool. Okay, let's see here. Now, see how this apex is coming out and then cutting back in and then coming out? I know he's cheating a bit with the 2D, but I want to see how far I can push this to get that. Yeah, he did. He did present at the ZBrush Summit. and he presented at CTN once. He's good friends with Michael DeFeo. He worked at Blue Sky. Yep, he's awesome. He is the one who first created a user interface that I could use. So he's the one who's like made me realize that you could really change the user interface to be pretty much whatever you want. So that's yeah, I have to thank him for that. He did everybody a huge favor by introducing that customization of user interface. Let's see. I kind of want this to go like that. I rarely use clay buildup, but in this instance it makes sense. And it's easier to use clay buildup in Sculptress Pro mode because Sculptress Pro is very much like clay. And I'm going to turn this ZBrush gray on so I can see the surface a little better. And I'm going to turn this down. Hey, what's up, William? So, over on my course, I teach a course called 3D Character Workshop, and I have quite a few students in there now, and we occasionally do student challenges, and we just finished one up, and the challenge was to model something concepted by Luigi Lucarelli. I love that name, by the way. And Luigi does some phenomenal work, and he does a lot of it. So there's a lot to choose from. And so a bunch of my students chose chose their favorite Luigi concept, and then had 2 months to sculpt it. I didn't ask them to take it all the way to game res character, but they did do high res character and rendered it out. And I want to share those with you guys today because I just announced it. Here I'll post the link in the chat to the so you can see them close up. But here are the winners. So check these out. So this one is first place by Christopher Dean, second place by Francisco, and third place by Carlos Lee. And I did it as a blog this time. Like I made the announcement of the winners blog style, and I kind of liked it. It took me a while, but and then I had some really great judges this time. I usually pick, or I ask people and friends that I know from the industry, pros in the industry, to judge these challenges. I'm not a judge myself because I don't want to be biased in any way. So I just ask judges, and then I send them the images without any names attached. So they just look at the art. And so this time it was Matthew Keene, Joe Pickop, and Luigi himself. And then you can see a bunch of the entrants. And man, they just turned out so good, so good. So I just wanted to, I'm really impressed, and I'm super happy, and I wanted to share them with you guys. So, yep, there's Christopher's. Turned out so nice. And this one actually is a game character, so yeah, Corinne took it all the way to low resolution mesh, real time. And anyway, if you follow that link, you can go check all these out. Cody's, and it's nice because the judges they will add some critiques and stuff sometimes. And yeah, they turned out just really cool. There were like 18 entrants, I believe. They turned out nice. So anyway, feel free to go check those out if you'd like. The link, yeah, I sent the link in the chat. Here, let me pop it in Facebook for you guys. There you go. Anyway, All right. Luigi's just messaging me right now. All right. Back to it, back to it. Where are we at? 9:26. All right. That's my time. Now you can see how this sometimes it kind of breaks down. Here, let's look at the... Yeah, isn't that crazy? Sometimes you look at the mesh and you can see where I've spent my time on the mesh. Okay. And I just want to smooth this down, but then crease it again. That's too much. Too much! Anyway, if you're interested in that course, I'm going to be opening it again in spring. Which, I mean, it is spring now, but I tend to go late each quarter, so it should be... I have plans to open it pretty soon. So if you're on my newsletter, you'll get notified when that is ready to be enrolled in. Gosh, there's something about this that's just not working for me. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Okay. Let's work that ear. Yeah, Hotel Transylvania. He does. It looks like it, huh? He's like, wow. Okay. Let's cut that deeper. Paul, let's see. What mode is your normal workflow in? I'm new but getting pretty familiar with ZBrush. Currently, I've been using Dynamesh. I typically only use Dynamesh to join objects together. Right now I'm working in Sculptris Pro mode, which I do, like I've been saying all throughout this stream, I do not recommend Sculptris Pro mode for beginners. You can play with it, you know, if you just want to mess around and play with it and just try and see what you can come up with, that's totally fine. But if you're looking to keep your meshes smooth and clean, then you want to avoid Sculptris Pro mode because it's kind of opposite of that if you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Okay, I need to... I'm going to raise this cheek. Feels like I'm playing poker. Raise this cheek. I'll give you another cheek. Not that cheek. Okay. Kind of want to make these creases a little more subtle as they go down, and then it breaks away. So it's not so, you know, so strong all the way down. So creased here, and then it just kind of fades out. And I like this change of direction as it hits about right here, because what that does is it kind of points up the cheek. So I'm going to see if I can get that change of direction. And then this keeps going like this. There's a warble. See that? Warble, warble. Hey, what's up, Dark Spartacus? How's it going? In the concept, the top of the nose lines up with around the puncture while yours goes above the upper eyelid. Yeah, I need to move that down for sure. I was moving down the bottom, but I didn't do the top. Let's fix it. Let's fix it. Thanks for that. When you're talking, you don't always see what you're missing. Okay, that kind of comes down. And let's inflate this bit in the middle. Well, so I'm trying to get in between these two. See how this one's kind of low and this one's really high? Because it's in perspective, and I get that, but I'm trying to find a medium between the two. And smooth that out for sure. Smooth it out. And then this is pretty apparent. Okay, let me look at it. Hold on. He's looking a little narrow overall. He could be wider. Way wider. All right. Let's try something. I'm going to save it first. Okay, here we go. Wider. No. Okay, I'm gonna pull this out more. Sorry, I'm gonna focus for a minute. Forward. Let's see. Hey, Dark. It's been good, man. Yeah. Welcome. Let's see. It just looks like you're looking at the side by his right eye. Yeah, this side right here. There's a lot of real estate happening right here. But this side is like, you know. So I've kind of done an in between. So I don't know. That's the challenge, right? It's like, where's the happy medium? And that's kind of why I picked this one too, is because it is a challenge. So let's see. And I'm trying to get the warbles out of this. I want this straight. So straight. I'm just looking at his jawline till about right here. Then I want his cheekbone to pop out and this little jowl thing to pop out. And then I need to move this forward. There we go. That's what I need. I need to move this out and forward. This whole like jowl thing. See this, how it goes dunk, 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 like that. It makes that noise too. Forward, back. I'm saying, I'm like literally saying what I'm doing. Dun, dun, dun. So where this chin is, it goes in. And here it goes out. That'll probably make a big difference in his profile. We'll push this whole mouth area in, kind of to wrap around his teeth. Yeah, we'll see what that does. It looks like I pushed this in a little too much. Yeah, it's complete 2D cheat for sure, and it happens all the time, and it still looks good. You know, it's kind of like he's bringing the back side of his face kind of around so you can see it, and then he's cheating that perspective right here a lot, especially up in this eye. He's like really, because it makes it interesting, right? It's to have a pushed perspective, but to model that, you get to a point where you just try and match the feel rather than exact, you know, like, does it feel like that guy? Or not? And right now it doesn't quite feel like him. It's getting there, but not quite. And so, and here's another thing. So see that his lip line is like ending up in his eyeball, and here it's ending above his nostril, you know, which I need to put in there. I haven't got that in there yet. But you want to, I typically will tend to lean on the what is correct anatomy over like weird cheaty 2D things. So I'm just going to kind of try and kick this nostril fold in. There we go. Then I can, I don't have enough volume on top. Let me push this whole thing down. And then make it a little pointier and hooked. Because you can see how it's hooked from the side. Like that. Let's turn down this object shadow. Then I want to make his eyelids bigger. His lower eyelids. And you got to be careful because it'll dig into his cheek when you pull something like that down. So then you have to go back and smooth out the cheek that you broke. Stop breaking my cheek. And then you can come back in here and pinch it again. Clean it up. Oh, come on. And you can also use this pinch brush to help pull the line away from where it is. For example, see, I can go right down this line like this, and it'll clean it up. But say I wanted to move that line like further out. Well, I can run it just on the outside, and it'll actually pull that line over because it's pinching it, you know, and the pinch is actually moving, displacing that geometry. So I use that a lot to actually like rework my line. Is just redraw it with the, it doesn't work with detail, it only works with pinch. Let's see. Hey, what's up? Thanks for joining me tonight. Oh, why Maple? You're sculpting along. Sweet. Let's see. Hey, what's up, T Marshall? Can also be interpreted of the facial expression of the character as well. Absolutely. Like I may see it differently than you see what he may look like with expression. Yeah, and his expression is like right now. It's absolutely symmetrical, right? So I will actually, when I go to pose this, I'll bring this eyebrow up more and put this one down and kind of squeeze his eye. And obviously I'll make his mouth asymmetrical because right now I don't think he has this open on the other side. So I'm going to shut it, when it gets down to asymmetrical, the pose. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now I want to straighten this out. It's this whole big triangular piece above the mouth that's really hard to get looking. It's hard to get looking correctly. Looking correctly. You know what? I'm gonna make a big move. Let me save it. And I'm gonna try something here. Okay, I have move. I'm gonna try and pull this whole thing. It's gonna make his teeth come out, but I don't care. I'm gonna pull this whole thing back. So it goes from here, because I want it to start from the nose and then go back to here and then come forward a bit. Okay, then we'll fix his teeth. Just want to see what that does. I don't know. It's so warbly now. So warbly. Hey Juan, you're probably right. Too big, huh? Like maybe something like that, huh? This is pulled out. Now I need to move the eyes, but okay. Well, this might have to be a two-parter. It's taken me a while to get it right. This is a difficult one. And afterwards I might try a Z-remesher just to see, just to clean this up, just run a Z-remesh on it and then redo the details. But let's see. I want to put some pupils on these eyes, or irises, just so I can get a direction that he's looking. Let's divide that up. No, hired gun, it's totally fine. Totally fine. Like I said, when I'm here talking, it's like I miss stuff, because I'm like too close to the forest to see the trees sometimes. If that makes sense. Just gonna push this in more to go around his eyeball more. It's so weird. Whoa. Didn't mean to smooth it. Okay. Okay, let's get an iris in here. It's gonna make him dark. Here, let's go back. Let's go back and fill it with light. Okay. Whoa, come on. Okay. Let's get kind of a dark color. Yeah, no worries. Most of the time I'm just faking it. What is it saying? Oh, it's because, okay. It thinks I'm in Sculptress mode. Goodness gracious. This guy's weird. This guy's weird. I don't know if I'm a fan. It's not turning out. I'm gonna have to work it. I'm gonna have to work it. Huh. Well, I'm in the valley of the suck. Like up to my neck. Yep, ship it. This looks like crap. Mike Black, age it up for the kids. It's not working. What's happening? It'd be good if you were better. Gosh. This area right here is bugging. This whole like triangle piece is really not working. I'm going to try just kind of pushing this in. All right, we're going to test this and see what the dealio is. All right. Okay. His maybe I need to make him smaller. Then a good thing to do too is like you can see how off I am like this. Here, let me turn him some more. I think it's not turned enough. There we go. So his ear is off. His forehead is too high. This chin could be pulled out. And his forehead is way too high. That forehead is so small. So this is dangerous too, like editing it underneath the image. And then the neck is straight down. It could be turned, like slanting like this. Did that help at all? Yeah, there we go. That's getting closer. Hey Anurag, how's it going? Hey Govind. Is that the default field of view? I don't like. Are you asking like perspective or what do you mean? It doesn't have, it's not a typical 4 view like different modeling programs have. It's typically just perspective. I don't have perspective turned on. I can turn it on like this. Okay, I can see some issues. I'm still working through the issues. I'm trying to hunt them down. It's like a puzzle. You got to find all the pieces until they fit. So I'm looking at this. Man, look at that. I broke it down here. Let's clean that up. Got stubble. You want to thank me for my primitive videos? Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for telling me. let's see. I did start this guy with primitives. So Pixelogic will put this video back on YouTube, or not back. They'll put it up on YouTube within the next few days, and you can watch it back if you want to see how I made this. Not that you want to see. This is kind of crappy. It's getting better. His nose is more hooked. And it's smaller width. It's so small. And then his nostril crease does not go that far. Okay, let's see. This is more round. Let's see, anybody on Facebook? Amarai, I sometimes do. I don't use Instagram that much, but I'm kind of starting to get away from Facebook like everybody else. So I might load more. Most of my artwork is up on ArtStation. That's where you'll find most of it. Let's see, I don't like that. I just want it to go like, maybe like this. And then like that. I gotta turn. You're right, T. Marshall. You're right. They don't want you to know that. Oh, I really want this bridge to work right here. Let's see. Very subtle. There we go. That's looking better. Okay. It's starting to come together. Help me out of the valley of the suck. Too much. Sometimes this just pushes it too much. Let's try pinch. If one thing doesn't work, try another. Did I have cloth? Not detail? Might have had cloth. That's why. Jeez. All pushing around a big old thing. Okay, and now I'm gonna make his eyes are way too long left to right. Like, you know. Let's see what we can do about that. Let's open them bigger. Is anything left? Are you talking about between like social media? Discord? Hey, from Costa Rica. Let's see. Still just tweaking. Tweaking. The eye shape is the most important thing. I say that all the time. I'm usually not talking while I'm sculpting, so I can concentrate a little more. Let's see. And these upper eyelids are almost non-existent too, so. Oh, come on. Sometimes it's kind of difficult with sculptress mode on because it will like, you need a certain brush size to do a certain function, and then the level of tessellation, whatever you want to call it, is like too low or too high. It's rarely too high. It's usually too low for the brush size you need. So you'll start to get it to it won't be what you need. It'll start to disintegrate your mesh. So you can just turn it off for a minute. Push that in. Ooh. Okay, it's getting there. It's getting there. Raise this up just a bit. Oh, let's see. From Costa Rica, hey. All right, let's put it under there again and see where we're at. All right, I'm gonna try something with this mouth. Just try and match it in that pose. Too funny. Yeah. Can't see his teeth anymore. Are they hidden? Oh, they are hidden. No? Okay, let me lift them up. Oh, it's because they're dark. Let's fill them with white. There we go. Fill it. What? Okay. Like, where did his teeth go? It's just a bunch of teeth in there. Let's fill those too. Let's make this straight. His lip looks it looks super thick right here when it should be thin. So I'd have to mask it and pull it in and make it thin so it looks right. Hey, what's up, Rob? How's it going, man? Okay, let's see. That eye shape next to the nose is broken. Sometimes I like to do things like just temporarily paint in something, like his eyelid, for example, just to kind of get an idea of how it's going to look. Just temporary. You know what? Let me do it again with sculptress mode on. Just working. So if you do it with sculptress mode on, it actually creates more geometry where you paint and gives you a sharper line. And I can do the same thing with those eyebrows, just to kind of get an idea of where they are. It's funny how they come clear back here. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Now his head's all divot. I need to fix his head. It's all pushed in up here. All right. Let me clean this up. I think I want this cheek to go bigger, like this. What I mean is like where the light changes on the apex of that cheek, how it hits there and then comes under. So now I'm just inflating it to catch. So it needs to be a subtle thing, you know. So what I'll do is I'll typically like I'll crease it and then I'll knock it back. So, you know, something like this, and then just smooth it back. Then it catches the light as it goes around. Kind of like this. Might be a little too high, but I can try it lower. Hello from outer space. Hello from underground. Hello from the middle of the ocean. Let's see. Can I show the wireframe? Sure. It's super sculptress mode, so it looks like garbage, but you can kind of see where I've been working. Super sculptress mode. All right. Now it's just kind of down to polish and tweaking. Just trying to straighten this out. There we go, straight. Then look at it from this direction. Straight. Sometimes I'll follow the line down, even if I'm not touching it. Just to make sure, just kind of like draw. Is that straight? All right. Now, boom, boom. Sure. All right. Let's see, where are we at? 10:05, not too bad. Okay, now I want to get, see this reverse curve going up to the ear? I want to get that. I just switched to skin shade 4 material, if you're wondering. Okay, now I want to let's see. Oh, we got a warble in his lip. See that? Let's fix that. I want his lip to come out like this, but I don't want it to have all these warbles going up. I want to let's do his. I'll dip in my pen like it's ink or something. I was gonna put it away so I could save it. Let's see. I'm just gonna make a turtleneck really quick. Turtleneck. Just using the topology brush. Making some lines. Let's see. Let's start up here instead. Then I'm going to go down here, make some super simple polys. Okay, and then turn the draw size to 1. Click on the surface. Tell it. Come on. There we go. Okay. That's what I want. Split hidden. I just want this in its own subtool. Then I can drag it down just to cover that neck. Floating teeth. Yep. There's nothing wrong with floating teeth. Insert edge. Let's clip him off. Okay. Here's another trick too. Say I want to make, here, let's solve this. See how this is not straight and this is not straight? Well, I can use the clip brush to kind of make it straight like that. And then it respects masking, so I can mask off this top loop and then clip it and it'll make it straight. See that? Good times. Okay. Now I'm going to grab it and extrude it. Polygroup all. I don't want it creased. And let's see. Oh, why Maple? Thanks, guy. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Thanks for stopping by, man. Let's see. I want to crease polygroups. There we go. And we'll just work this out. Subdivide it once, delete lower. And we'll just kind of taper this out. Okay. Oh, I just drew the topology on the top, and everywhere those lines cross, if it makes a square, it'll make a polygon. And then I just made polygons around the circumference of this neck. Then I just added thickness with extrude. I know that's a lot to explain, but that's kind of the lowdown what I did. Too much. Too much. There we go. Let's kind of give him a... Should we give him a purple? I don't know. Like a dark green or something. That's like a mustard. A brown. Something like that. I don't know. Then we can just... see how this is kind of dark to light right here? You can just go darker, grab the airbrush, throw a gradient on there. Oh, it's got sculptress mode. We don't want sculptress mode. Here we go. Yeah, turtleneck, totally. His head's all sticking out of the top. Turtleneck. And I want him kind of pale, darkish skin. So yeah, I'm gonna fill this, but it's gonna overwrite my eyebrows like that. Kind of dark. Sure. Does that work? That works fine enough. It's kind of a dull skin. Not a big fan of the turtleneck. Well, it's in the concept, so I did it. I like it. Let's see. I want to smooth it, but not that fast. Just get rid of that crease on there. I might make it something other than brown though. Brown isn't too appealing. All right. Let's warm him up with some reds. Even more saturated on his ears. Maybe darker. And his nose. Something like that. Let's go kind of purple bluish. And kind of yellowish. Yeah, I do actually, and I'm gonna use them here in a second. I'm gonna run this a little long today. As you can tell, I've gone 15 minutes more than I usually do. Because now he's kind of coming together, so I want to keep going. Let's color these teeth. Yeah, something like that. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, they're way too white. We'll fix that in a moment. Nice and yellow. Okay. Oh, hey, Bravo Cherry. Thanks for stopping by, man. Glad you could make it. Okay. his gums are still a little red. Let's see. I want to go way darker with them, like they're in shadow. Let's see. There we go. That's gonna have to work. Let's see here. Let's do these eyes really quick. I'm gonna use that IMM brush for the eyebrows too. So, okay, I wanna paint around his lips a red, but just barely. Because it's funny. All right. Let's get his eyes. They're super white. Too white. They're all the white. Maybe like that. Ooh, geez. Too much. Okay, that's better. You don't want them white, but you don't want them like yellow either. Let's go like a, whoops, like a reddish. And just kind of paint these outer edges. Whoa, not with solid, with an airbrush. That just kind of blends them in a little bit, you know. Let's see. Then we can just try. I'm not going to go super dark with these eyes. Hey, this ref picture is, it's from Danny Williams. So, yeah, this is Danny Williams. He posted this on Facebook a couple days ago, or on Instagram. I can't remember where he posted it, but I saw it and I'm like, I gotta try that. So I've been struggling with it. I'm not gonna lie, but it's been pretty fun. Okay, I'm going to turn on Sculptress mode and paint this eyelid, or these eyelashes back in. All right, come on. It's probably too heavy. Okay. Let's get underneath here. Paint that. Oh, geez. Come on. Where's your steady hand? Okay. Now, I kind of want to give him green eyes. Let's give him green eyes. Like a green. Not like crazy green. No. Maybe. Oh, thanks, Shalix. Oh, because I'm yeah. I had sculptress mode turned on. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with green, just paint little tiny circles, something like that. And let's go something like this. It looks like Gollum now. Do I have any tips on getting back on track when struggling with a sculpt? Yeah. So the best thing you could do, honestly, is walk away. Like, go somewhere, shut it down, go for a walk, do something else for just even 5-10 minutes, and then come back and kind of stand away from it and look at your concept, look at your sculpt, and just kind of just puzzle it out and see what is it exactly that's making it be off. And like, I can continue to go back and forth until I'm blue in the face, you know, until I'm just like, what is it that's off? And I was struggling with this guy earlier. I still am kind of. I'm not completely sold on exactly how he's looking, but he's looking better than he was, that's for sure. So yeah, just kind of walk away and come back and look at it again, and that's the best you can do. Okay, so let's grab this and go darker. All right, before I do that, yeah, flipping it horizontally or upside down, or, you know, just all over the place will help too. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. You know what? I want to let's see, I want to darken up. Let's do this. Darken up the top up here. And then lighten up the bottom down here. It's like almost a yellow. Just push it into yellow a little bit. Do you come from like another program like Maya or something like that? Because I have something that might help. That is, if you go to transform and see how this says X, Y, Z, X, and Y. If you switch this to Y, then the navigation is less like a trackball and it's more like Maya or something like that. It doesn't, you can't spin it or flip it and, you know, break it. But I suggest you learn how to have X, Y, and Z on so you can flip it like this. So this direction is something you can't really get in Maya very well. Well, I don't even think you can at all, honestly. But I like to put things on the side just so I can get a better curve out of my wrist with it. Okay, let's see. Just want to take that a little darker. Okay. Now what we can do is fill it with an eye material. And to do that, I usually click on my hard paintbrush and then change this over to M for material. And then change it to one of these eye reflections. I like this one the best. See, it has this really nice eye reflection. And then I fill it with that eye reflection material. And then I change the material back to skin shade 4 and then unhide everything. And then all of a sudden he's got these really trippy, cool looking eyes. And that's ZBrush eye material. And you can do a search for that on Google to find it. Super nice. Oh, you used Blender for a bit? Oh yeah. Blender's not bad. Let's see. For free, for sure. So, hard canvas. Which brush are you asking me about? Oh, hard paint. That hard P is hard paint. That's my brush that I made. So if you want these brushes, you can go to 3dcharacterworkshop.com and go get them. They're free if you sign up for my newsletter, and you'll get this user interface, these brushes, and my ruler for free. So my ruler's right here. And this ruler just helps you go back and forth between programs like Maya. That's why I have it in there. It helps you do 3D printing if you're going to do 3D printing. Yeah, and so essentially it's just a hard-edged brush. So you can paint, you can see, let's see. No, I just painted material. I don't want to paint material. I need to turn that back to RGB. Okay, so a hard edge brush looks like that. If you turn on sculptress mode, it's actually super clean. That's the hard edge brush. And then the soft brush is super soft. It just slow build up. See that? That's what I use, just those two. Soft and hard brushes. Okay. So somebody was asking me what kind of a hair brush I like to use, and I like to use a brush that started out, it was created by Benjamin Hale and then tuned by Funky Bunnies. So if you go to funkybunnies3d.com or whatever, you can find it. But it's right. Where is it? Did I not put it in here? Oh my goodness. I swear I put it in here. Oh, no. Okay, I'm gonna go load it. I gotta go load it from 4R8. So load brush. Let's see. Sorry, let me go browse for it really quick. Pixelogic 4R8 startup brush presets. Where are you? Okay, it's called Macon Hair Curves 03. So here it's right here, Macon Hair Curves, and you get it from Funky Bunnies. Let me find it for you guys. FunkyBunnies3D.com. And then you go to Tools. So it's right here. It's Funky Bunnies is Chris Whitaker, and you go here under Tools right here, Tools, and then ZBrushes, and then it's this brush right here. So it was originally, like I said, it was built by Benjamin Hale and then tuned by Chris. So it's my favorite brush recently. It's really cool. So look at that, done. Oh, funny. All right. So the way hairbrushes work, they're curve based. So if you stick a curve to the surface like this, they're going to follow. Hey, sideburns. They're going to follow that curve, and then you can kind of come in here and drag the curve around and do whatever you want. And you'll notice that it's tapering off, right? And it's not the taper that we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to stroke and go to curve functions. Let's see. Modifiers. So you go to curve stroke modifiers and then turn this curve fall off window open. Then you could just grab this and pull it all the way up and make it straight. Then, nope, they don't require UVs. No UVs. Then they're even. Let's see, I made them too big. Let me make them smaller. There you go. So you can see that they have these tips that are really nice, and then they have this this edge. You'll kind of see when I go to make them here. But I don't know if they're going to work for eyebrows, but I'm going to try. And you can see up here there's a whole bunch of different types. I'm going to try this flat triple. Going for the flat triple. And just okay, I'm gonna use that. So basically what you do is you just drag a little piece, and then you can see the curve right here, right? And if you want to commit it, you just tap on the surface and it makes that curve go away, and now you're committed, and now it's editable just like anything else. So you can go in here. I'm going to turn Sculptris Pro off. So now you can just come in here and just kind of edit. And I like how they're coming off the surface. I'm going to change the color of them though, so I can see what they're doing. And everything else is masked, right? So I'm not affecting it. And I could put everything into its own subtool if I wanted to. Or everything. I could put these eyebrows into their own subtool so I wouldn't accidentally edit anything else. Yeah, you got to get rid of those curve lines, or else you just keep drawing the curve over and over and over again. Let me see. Getting comments over there. Hey, Facebook. I'm looking at your comments now. Sorry about that. Hello from LA. What's up? Okay. So that's essentially how you just make the hair. You just kind of lay it down, and typically when you lay it down, it's not what you want. So you have to do it again. Or you just say, okay, that's what I get, and I'm gonna just stick with it, right? There's another. I'm gonna grab this. Wow, is it? Whoa, that's huge. Okay. You got to be careful to. If you get close to the symmetry line, it could make big problems like that. So you can either turn symmetry off or just stay away from the center, because you'll cause yourself some grief. It's another triple. I'm going to try a double, flat double. Okay. And after you draw the curve like this, if you come out here, say it's blue right here, that means you're in curve drag mode. You can drag the curve around. If you're out here, you're in brush size mode. So you can decrease the size of your brush, go back here and click on the curve, and it'll shrink the hair. So then you can just kind of come in here and just layer it like this. Just do the next layer. And I committed it. Now you can go, and you can see that the other one's masked off now too. And it's still really wide, but that's kind of the length I want. And so you just kind of squish it together, put it into place, and then now he has these big Gandalf looking Dumbledore eyebrows. I mean, they're way thicker than what Danny has here, but they'll work. Then I can do it again, just with we'll just do a small one now, just like a single, maybe this flat double. Make it really small. Start from here and just kind of go like this. And that'll be the last layer. I might put one more layer back here, probably. Let's make it smaller. There we go. Commit it. And then just come in here and just kind of work it. Work it. I just really like these brushes because they're just great for stylized characters. They just have a lot of interest, and they're chunky, but they have ends to them, like really pointy ends. So you don't have to deal with like where they originate coming out of the head, because they just look like they belong and they look like they're growing out of the head like that. Super nice. There's a, excuse me, like I said, that's my favorite brush. It's really nice. So thanks Chris Whitaker and Ben Hale. It's Ben Hale's birthday today. See, look at those. Look at those bad boys. I mean, they're gray, but they're fun. All right. Let's see. Let's go one more in the back. You guys in the back. Let's do a triple. Again with the triple. Whoa. Almost look like horns. Okay. They're going to go higher. You can tuck them right back up in here. You can turn them. So you can do a lot of editing just with the curve before you commit it. And see how these stick clear out like this, or these come clear back? Say you wanted to lengthen this line, you just click on this green edge. Sorry, let me zoom in so you can see. If you get close enough, you can see how it has this red dot. Then it lets you continue. Come on. It's like right. It's kind of hard to get sometimes. Ugh. Anyway, you can do it. Trust me. Okay, but I'm just going to stretch it out by hand. Just kind of go like this. And I might just do one more small little piece. But I want this one to kind of taper, just like this. See how it's tapering? You just kind of groom it into place. Eyebrow grooming. And this, it won't really print well unless it's laying right up against the head. So if you were going to print this guy, or if I was going to print this guy, I would go back in and push these eyebrows right up against the head so there's no undercuts. Back here, this is called undercuts. But yeah, I'm not going to do it for this guy. Okay, now I can go edit these. Just kind of shape them as a whole. Whoa, grabbing his eyelid. I should probably mask that off. Is it in the same poly group? What? Oh, no, it's not. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I want to put these in a different subtool. Man, he looks angry, doesn't he? I'm going to put them in a different subtool. So what I'm going to do is, and I'll turn this on so you can watch what happens. I just click auto groups, and it puts every object in its own group. Right? So each of these pieces are now in their own group, but you'll notice it's not symmetrical. So what I can do is just hit mirror and weld, and it's actually going to mirror and weld his face and the eyebrows. And you can see that weld line down the center. So now it's mirrored. And now I can just Control Shift click on his head and invert that mask so it's just these are unmasked, and then just go split unmasked points, and then see it puts those in its own subtool right here. And now that I have these, I can always come back in here and add another set of hairs. And I'm in a different subtool. I'm not on the face, but it'll still snap to the face because I have it showing. So it's super nice. Okay, right there. So let's just do a double flat and just do a last single line of little hairs. I'm gonna go even smaller. Okay. Just kind of wrap it up in there. Okay. So commit it, and it's masked. Gosh, he's all over the place. Get back here. So now that they're all together, the reason I wanted to put them in their own separate subtool is because now I can turn on move and I can turn topological off. What topological does is it allows you to choose, well, to move separate groups. So see if I have this turned on. Here I'm going to do the auto group again. See how it has 3 groups on this last one? I want to auto group it and then mirror and weld it. So now it's symmetrical solid groups again. And you can see it will only move the first group I pick out of the set. See that? Only move the first group. If I turn this off, it moves everybody all together. See that? And that's what I want because I want to kind of shape this. And I can use move elastic because it gives me a little squishier move. You can see that. Because I want to get this eyebrow to stick to that or rest along that ridge line. See that eyebrow ridge line that I made? I kind of put that in place because I wanted a guide for myself to put that ridge line there. Now I can go back to move and just kind of squish these up into place. And then I want to pull these out. It's kind of hard to turn them. And sometimes the snake hook brush will be better at turning them. I want to, because see how these kind of stick out and up? And I have all these laying down. Well, I can try and like raise them up. You can see it's introducing a lot of warbles when I do that. So you just need to be careful. You want them to all flow in the same direction. Use topological. See how this little tip is kind of sticking out here? The snake hook will help you kind of pull those out. All right, we're almost on extra hour. Okay, something like that. Then we can just, since it's on its own subtool, we can just change the color to like even a dark brown. Let's do a dark brown. And just fill them. And then we can just kind of do the same thing with the hair back here. I'm going to click that head again. Let's save it. Save it. Wait, where did I save it? Okay. I saved it in brush presets. Oops. I just like open it, save it. Twitch. There we go. Save it. All right. I think people are commenting on here on Facebook and I can't see them. All right. Sorry if I can't see your comments over on Facebook. Oh yeah, Red Hatred. It's so it's Danny Williams. Here you go. He's fantastic. Okay. So let's I'm gonna try and not, I guess, rush through this last hair bit. Like I said, this brush makes it pretty easy. So I'm gonna kind of go from here and just kind of cruise around the back. Oh man, it's kind of a lucky stroke. I like it. Now that I have that curve, I can switch to wide cover also and click on that, and it'll give me more hairs. See that? And you can do a tube. Try a tube, see what that looks like. It's too small. See, that's kind of altogether a tube. I like the wide coverage with more hairs, I think. And let's just start with that and start tweaking it. Yeah, no problem. Okay, let's start getting that That hairline. Reminds me of my grandpa's hair. It's like a cup. What's my stream schedule? I stream every Tuesday at 9 o'clock Pacific time. There we go. Save that. Let's do another one. Have you done any hard surface modeling? Yeah, I have. I use the ZModeler brush in here a lot. Occasionally I'll use other programs like Maya or whatever. It just depends on what I'm doing and how fast I need it done. Okay. I think that's giving me double. I'm gonna turn that off. Okay, I think I can work with that. I know it looks weird right now, but we'll pull it out of there. And back. I have been, yeah. I typically only do the Pixelogic stream. I do have my own Twitch channel, but I just haven't had time to stream on my own. And when I do, I typically want to stream games because I play games sometimes. So, but I've streamed on there once in a while. What do you use to move from primitives to sculpting?